Hello, hello, everybody. So I am actually going to be checking just to make sure all things are go technology wise. So I'm not ignoring you. I think I told you this last week as well. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just checking tech to make sure that I am actually up and running and that you can hear me because that's the worst when you can't hear someone, but I think you can hear me. So, hi, I am Amanda Herr, and this is Coffee and Conversions with Amanda. And I am actually the owner and president of Digital Desk, and I'm here every Wednesday with you to answer your digital marketing questions. And this is actually a really laid back time. And it's my favorite time of the week because I get to hang out with you and talk about all the nerdy stuff that I love, which is digital marketing. So, for those of you who aren't as familiar with Digital Desk or as familiar with me, Digital Desk is actually a digital marketing agency that focuses on local and regional businesses to serve them in a way that really large companies tend to get served by marketing agencies. So, meaning that actually it's even better than what they get served by marketing agencies, meaning that we take care of all of your digital marketing needs and sometimes some of your traditional needs as well. But we'll work with you on your websites. We work with you on your search engine optimization, your Google needs, such as like SEM or Google Ads, Google Business Profiles. We basically take all of the things that you don't necessarily have the time to deal with, want to deal with, you're not the expert in, and we deal with them for you. And we make sure that you can get out and do what you need to do in order to run your business. And we make sure that you're successful in that by making sure everyone knows about what you do. So, we do that in a couple of different ways. So you can have us do everything for you. We can do part of it for you. But I actually own the company and I have a team of people that are either contracted through Digital Desk or they work directly for me. And, they're experts in their space. So I've got some people who do like SDM and that's all they do, like Google Ads. That's their gig. Some people just do search engine optimization. That's what they love. Some people are website and that's all they do and that's all they love. Some people do all of it. Some people, and I'm like, I think that's awesome. Here's some work. Let's do that. And then I project manage, and the beneficiaries of that are my clients. So what that means is I get to do all the nerdy stuff that I love to do, and I get to serve all the clients that I love, and I get to serve more of those clients because I have all these awesome people that come along with me at Digital Desk, and we all get to work together and we all move forward together, and all of my clients get to grow together, and we're all one big happy family under the nerdiness of digital marketing. So that's who we are in a nutshell. So today, I just want to let you know if you have a question, I want you to go ahead and ask me the question as I go along. I am going to periodically be looking at my phone, and you're going to think that I'm ignoring you, and I'm not. What I'm doing is making sure that I don't miss something that's being asked on either Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever, because I'm live in all of those places right now. And I'm making sure that I'm not missing a question so that I can answer it. If you are unable to actually join me live right now, which I get it, it's 11:30 on a Wednesday. Not everybody can take a moment. And you're watching this later on and you have a question, put it in the comments because then I can answer you as I go along during the week. And if you kind of check back during the week, you'll have an answer. And if I don't have an answer, I'll go out and find it. So, who works for Digital Desk was something that somebody asked me the other day. And you know what? I have a team. So, it's me. We're all virtually based right now. I do have an office. One of my clients, Cos Heating and Cooling, is one of my clients here in Sterling Heights. fantastic business, and he's allowed us to, use his conference rooms. I have an office there for myself. My assistant, one of my assistants works there. My social media manager, Grace Seymour, also gets to work there with me. And I also have an assistant. Her name is Ari, and she also does website design. She's freaking phenomenal. We're actually working on launching our new branded website for Digital Desk, hopefully today. I just took it out of construction, so you're going to see that. So hop on over to hire, digitaldesk.com. You'll see our new Digital Desk website there. That's all new and totally different because we are expanding and moving forward with our larger team now. When I say larger team, that's all of our contractors that are working with us across really Michigan. They're all local. And they're working with us on all of our local and regional companies so that we can serve as many people as we possibly can and help grow the economy and grow our businesses. The goal is helping as many people as we possibly can. The goal is helping everyone, from, the tiny, the smaller entrepreneurial guy who's just looking to grow and just starting and helping them like really kind of figure it out, all the way up to the regional dude who's, been in business for a while and is actually, looking to like blow it out. Right. And I can't wait. I'm just so jazzed. Anyway, so go take a look at our website. But that got me thinking about websites. So as I was thinking about like, what can we talk about today while I'm waiting to see if anyone has questions, what can we talk about? And I posted something last week about I get this all the time. My website does nothing for me. My students tell me that because I teach at Macomb Community College. I'm their adjunct professor for digital marketing. And I get a lot. My website does nothing for me. And it just grinds my gears a little bit because that's so untrue. Websites are really the most important thing that you have. It's the most important thing that you have in your arsenal. So hopefully, by the way, I forgot to mention, grab your cup of Joe. This is my Harry Potter cup. My daughter's going to kill me, but and let's talk websites, shall we? So your website is extremely important. It's your front door to your company. All right. So people aren't going to walk up to your company necessarily. The first time someone is going to actually interact with your brand is most likely going to be your website. When someone hears about your company, or if they're looking for a product or service that you provide, they're going to Google that product or service. So most likely the thing that is going to be indexed by the search engine, and by that I mean Google, most of the time, 92% of all searches are done on Google. What's going to be indexed is most likely, if you are doing it correctly, going to be your website. So if you are not doing something for your website or paying attention to your website, or if you don't have a website, you are missing out on a ton of opportunity to interact with your perfect audience. And if you're not doing that, guess who probably is? Your competition. So, is your website not doing anything for you? Maybe. And if it's not doing anything for you, it's probably because you're not doing anything for it. If you haven't touched your website in, a few months, that's a problem. You need to be looking at your website. You need to be keeping your website fresh. And there are certain things that you can be doing for your website that don't take a lot of time, that can make it a lot more palatable for the search engines to like it. And that can make it a lot easier for people to find and to want to spend time on and to interact with and engage with and to want to give you their information. Okay. Because the name of the game is to get them to want to take the next step, which is to either call you or book an appointment or buy your product or whatever it might be, right? So, anyway, so websites, have I driven it home yet, are extremely important. So, what are those things? So, number one, and I have this conversation with my students a lot. So, regardless if you hire a digital desk or not, that's not why I'm here. This is not why I do these half an hour conversations. And it's not because I like to hear myself talk, even though it probably seems like I do. Um, but it's really because I really believe that it's important to understand certain things. And I'm just going to check my somebody dinged in. I just want to make sure that they're not telling me that you can't hear me or something. Okay, so it's not that. I think it's important for you to understand certain things. If you're watching this, you're probably into digital marketing or you own a business, or there's a reason why you're watching this. And it's not because you think I'm awesome, it's because you're interested in the digital marketing piece. Okay. So it's important for you to understand a couple of things. One, digital marketing is the wave of the future. And when I say digital marketing, I understand that sometimes people don't understand what I mean by that. I mean social media, and it's not enough to have your teenager do it for you. There's actually understanding of the marketing part of that. So, understanding how to do Facebook is great, but understanding the marketing piece of that is more important. So, social media is part of digital marketing. There's other pieces of digital marketing. So another piece of digital marketing is website development, website design. Another piece of it would be email marketing. Another piece of it would be lead generation. Another piece of it would be search engine optimization, content marketing. There's all kinds of, there's like a lot that goes into it, inbound marketing, outbound marketing, all this stuff, right? But the key is that digital marketing, which is the ecosystem of all of this, right? When you get all of these pieces, your website, your email marketing, your lead generation, all of it, when you get it to all start to work together, right? Which isn't really hard when you work with someone that is an expert, regardless if it's my agency or not. But when you get someone who's willing to work with you and you like them and it works well, and it all starts to move together, right? And it starts to flow. So now you've got this whole ecosystem, and in the middle is your perfect client, right? When it all starts to flow together, now this perfect client that's in the middle of it, you don't have to kind of keep going out there and having this cold audience, cold audience, cold audience, cold audience. Now you've got this warm audience that's in this ecosystem and they want to work with you or buy your service or your product because they know your brand, right? And they're a loyal customer because they're in this ecosystem that works together. That's digital marketing. And that is what the power of digital marketing is. So back to your website, okay? And back to what I was talking about and things that you should know and why I'm doing this half an hour every week. It's important to understand how this stuff works because you're going to have conversations with a lot of people, including myself and other people that are in my space about how, like, you need a website, or they're going to come to you and say, I can do your SEO, which is search engine optimization, or they'll say SEM, which is search engine marketing, which is basically Google ads or Bing ads, search engine marketing. Um, and they'll use a lot of acronyms, or they'll say, I have a proprietary system, or all these things, right? And as business owners, or people who are new to digital marketing, or people who are plumbers, or who run their own business and they're like a small business, they don't know what's going on. And so they'll say, give me 250 a month, or they'll say, in some respects, I've heard this too, give me $4,500 a month and I'll do your SEO or SEM or whatever. And then they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I do this type of conversation because I want you to understand at least a little bit so that when someone does come to have these conversations with you, you can say, you know what, I remember that girl that was online. She said something about this and she had mentioned this, and I'm going to ask these things so that I know what, that this person is the real deal. So anyway, back to websites and why they're so important. It's part of the digital marketing ecosystem that I'm talking about. It's one of the biggest parts of that ecosystem because you can use your website to drive most of the digital marketing ecosystem. Because when you have your website and it's updated, and you have a website that is like fresh with content and it looks good on mobile, like so when I have my cell phone in front of me, I can look at it and it looks great mobily. And it has a form on it that someone can fill out to get more information. That website then does a couple of things. Because it looks good on mobile, because it's fast, because you've done the back end information that you've needed to do, like put this like site titles, meta descriptions, and a couple other things that you can do. You don't have to pay someone a giant amount of money, right? Or you can pay Digital Desk and we do it really quickly. Anyway, but if you did it, right, then it's going to your website's going to get Google to like you. B, your website has a form on it, so you're going to get someone who's interested in you to give you their first name, last name, email address. So that drives your list that you can then email people. That also is going to give that list you can put into Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever, and then you can shoot them a ad specifically if your list is big enough. So then you can send them a warm ad with a deal of some sort. You don't have to have a cold conversation like, hi, I'm Digital Desk. It's more like, here's a coupon for Digital Desk because they know who you are. So this right here starts to churn a lot faster and a lot more efficiently because you have this awesome website, right? That's doing a lot for you. So yes, your website is important. And your website can do a lot for you. And if it's not because you're not doing anything for it. So if you haven't updated your website or done anything different with your website in the last, I would say if you haven't done a new website in the last 5 years, or at least like updated sections of it, you need to do something, or at least checked your mobile accessibility. It needs to at least be checked. And also you need to look at your site. You need to do at least a website audit. Okay. So that's something that a digital marketing agency should be able to do for you fairly easily and let you know, like if there's any broken links on your website and things like that. And that's going to help you out immensely. And if you don't have a website, so what do you do? Let me check and just make sure that I'm just not having a conversation with myself. No questions as of yet. I do know that people are watching though, so I I know you may not want to ask the question, but I do appreciate you being here. Okay, so what do you do if you don't have a website? Where do you start? There's a couple of insights that I can give you that are really just my own opinion, but it's from years, we're 10 years old at Digital Desk. So it's years of practice and pulling my hair out, I always like to say. So if you are someone looking to build a website, if you're looking for flexibility and you need a deeper website, so a website that's, more than 5 pages, and you need checkout ability, like you're going to sell some stuff, or you want flexibility as to how things look. So you don't want to be stuck in like a container necessarily, like boxes and things like that. And you want more design. I like to use WordPress, and I know it needs to be updated more often. And I mean WordPress, not WordPress.com. I mean WordPress using a host, which is like a foundation of, think of it as like the ground you build a house on. And I like to use SiteGround, SITE ground, like the ground.com. Best host out there. Do not use Bluehost. God, no. SiteGround.com is my favorite by far. So SiteGround.com is a host. WordPress as the actual framework, right? And then I use templates. I do not custom code. I do use a little bit of custom code, but I do not start from scratch. And here's why, because my clients want to be able to update their stuff. If tomorrow I ended up getting hit by a truck, God forbid, my clients need to be able to function. So, and if they want to just update their hours, they don't want to have to call me to do that. So I give them the ability to work their own website. I don't want them beholden to me. So, I use Divi. I've used Elementor, not a fan. Beaver Builder, but Divi is my favorite. And there's a lot of things that you can do with Divi. So Divi is kind of like, I get a template that's built in Divi, and then I just go in and I manipulate that for the client into their brand, and we add things in with Divi child themes. So that's that. If you're like, that's a little too much, I just need something a little bit more simple. My favorite click and play is Squarespace. So Squarespace is the host, the template, it's all in one, but you're a little bit more limited into what you can do as far as design is concerned. And if you want to do anything different, it's more of a custom coding situation, and it can get a little messy. For e-commerce, if you have a lot of things that you're selling, my favorite is Shopify. Shopify is fantastic for e-commerce. It's not as pretty. It can be if you buy a template. And it also has functionality that's amazing because it actually ties together with what's called Klaviyo really well because the owners know each other. So they're almost like built for each other. And it's got like a abandoned cart thing that's top of the line. I'm not a Wix fan. Some people love it. I'm not a big Wix fan. Here's one of the reasons I don't like it. If you get a domain, like a URL, if you bought it from Wix, and then you want to move it over to somewhere else, they don't let you do that. It's not an easy thing. I don't like GoDaddy for websites. They're not easy to do. And Weebly, not a fan. So those are just don't come at me. Don't sue me, Wix. Don't sue me, Weebly. But those are just my takeaways. So for most small businesses, regional sized businesses, WordPress is what I generally use with a Divi builder. So a lot of people use Elementor and some other stuff. That's fine too, but that's where I stand on that. So I do want to mention, because I don't have any questions per se at this moment, but I do want to mention that Macomb Community College does have 2 more classes that are coming up. So this next class that's coming up next week that I teach is the search engine optimization course. And it is one of the courses within a 7-course certificate program that they do every winter semester and fall semester. And there's 7 courses that make up one semester. So like they're like 3 nights, some of them, one of them's 1 night, and then there's 2 that are 2 nights. But there's 7 courses that you can take all of them and get a certificate. You can take just a couple of them, but they like to like break it up that way. But they all make one semester. You do them all, you get a certificate, and you get a credit for whatever you want to use it for at the college. But they're built for small businesses, those people who are looking to maybe start their own entrepreneurial journey. I've had quite a few students start their own businesses actually in the digital marketing space, and it's kind of awesome. So, but next week we start our search engine optimization. It's a 2-night, 3 hours. So Tuesday night and Thursday night. And then the week after is the pay per performance. Say that 10 times fast. And that's Tuesday night and Thursday night, 3 hours each night. You can find out about that under the workforce education section of Macomb Community College. And then we have the summer off. I will be doing a few courses through Digital Desk University, which is launching this summer. They'll be a little bit different than what I do at Macomb, probably different topics to keep them separate. And then I come back to Macomb in the fall with the 7 courses and the certificate in partnership with Macomb Community College in the fall. So if you're looking for Facebook for business, Instagram for business, digital marketing for business, like those types of things, those will be at Macomb Community College in the fall. So stay tuned for that, and I'll have information about that as well. Just follow me at Higher Digital Desk across the socials, and you'll be able to get information on those. I am here every Wednesday, unless I'll be in Florida in April, but I am here every Wednesday at 11:30, just chatting it up about digital marketing. And I hope that you continue to join me. And send me an email, please, with your questions if you can't be here live. My email is at the bottom here. I would love to hear from you. Tell me what you would love to know. If you have any, tips, tricks that you would like me to share, anything that you would like to tell me about this actual little broadcast would be great. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week. And I do appreciate you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and just have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks, everyone.